you wondered what has been going on with this crazy weather lately? Well, let's find out today on this episode of Brookdale Newsmakers. I'm your host, Karina Stefano, and joining me today is our guest, Dave Grant, Director of St. Hugh's Ocean Institute at Brookdale Community College. Thank you for joining me today.
Thanks for having me in.
My pleasure. What's the connection between climate change and the ocean?
Well, the oceans store up a lot of the Earth's energy from the atmosphere, and sometimes it's described as having a memory for the weather on any particular day or week. And of course that varies considerably from day to day and season to season, but the ocean moves on a much slower pace, soaking up all that heat in the tropics and releasing it in the Arctic through large movements of water like the Gulf Stream right off our coast here.
That's so interesting. So what are boundary currents and why are they studied?
Well, we have Ben Franklin to thank for mapping the Gulf Stream off of our coast. And there's a similar Kuroshio current off of Japan. The tropical winds blow waters across along the equator and move water, and then the rotation of the Earth deflects that in the northern hemisphere to the right. And that's what accounts for the Gulf Stream sweeping up along our coast, all the way up to Iceland and Scotland and Europe and into the Arctic.
So who sponsors this research?
Well, the project I was working on this winter is sponsored by NOAA, the National Oceanic and Atmospheric Administration.
Okay.
We worked on their largest research vessel, the Ron Brown, along with researchers from the National Oceanography Center in Great Britain. And the project is perhaps the longest running project to study climate change by way of measuring the temperature and flow of the Gulf Stream and how much heat it's transporting up to the Arctic regions and to Europe. And also the return flow, which comes deeper water coming back from that area.
That's absolutely interesting. Yeah. I never thought of it. Where is the study area?
Well, about the latitude of Miami. Actually, there's a line that they have drawn from there across to Africa and have placed quite a number of buoys anchored in that deep water, over 3 miles deep, with various sensors on them to measure water temperature and salinities between here and the African coast. And then somebody has to go out once or twice a year to service these, to pull them up, change the batteries, download all the data, and see take those measurements and see if there is indeed any change in the flow of the Gulf Stream and the amount of heat it's transporting. So.
Wow. So quickly, could you please explain to us what was your study area there?
Well, we worked east of the Bahamas along that line, servicing quite a number of buoys, bringing them. It's an all-day affair to bring something up from that deep. And clean off the equipment and then reset it again. Also, I was involved in taking plankton samples, the microscopic and not so microscopic creatures that are drifting in the water,
How cool.
which we retrieve with a big net. So.
That's absolutely amazing. I'm very glad that you came to the show today to explain all this to us. Now we can be more informed. Thank you very much. Thank you for joining me.
Thank you.
Our guest today was Dave Grant, Director of St. Hugh's Ocean Institute. Thank you for watching Brookdale Newsmaker. For more information, visit brookdalecc.edu. I'm Karina Stefano. See you next time here on Brookdale Newsmaker.